All right. You know, growing up, my favorite heavy metal band was Black Sabbath. To me, they were the best instrumental heavy metal group of all time. And in the early 80s, they acquired an awesome lead singer named Ronnie James Dio. Now, they had some guy that was singing before Ronnie. His name was Nasal something, very forgettable fella, but Ronnie James was the real deal. He had a powerful voice. He had a commanding stage presence. When he was out on the deck in front of Black Sabbath, he got your attention, man. You knew what was going on. His vocals were awesome every time. I saw him back in the day with Black Sabbath. I saw that when he was just his own group with Dio, and you can imagine I was thrilled when I was working at Radio City Music Hall and Black Sabbath, the Heaven and Hell tour was coming in, and they're going to shoot a DVD for the show. I'm thrilled. All day long, I'm excited, you know, really looking forward to it. Well, Soundcheck is scheduled from 4 to 6. And 4 o'clock comes along, and I got nothing else to do. So you know what I do? I go sit in the front row, in the very seat right in the middle, and for 2 hours, I'm the only one in the theater watching Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Vinny Appice, just jamming Black Sabbath songs for 2 hours. I mean, it was... For a Black Sabbath fan growing up, for me, it was awesome. But you know who wasn't there? The man on the Silver Mountain. Ronnie James Dio. He was not there for Soundcheck. And the guys were just jamming their thing, and you know, there's a guy checking the microphone and making sure everything's happening and hip, but Ronnie James Dio is a no-show. 6 o'clock comes, and we have what we call a dark stage. Now, what that means at Radio City Music Hall is that we don't want anyone on stage when there are no stagehands out there. And there's a reason for that, and it's a safety reason. Over the years, there's been a lot of people injured. There's been fatalities at Radio City from people walking off the stage. That's why it's important that we don't let somebody come in there and do whatever they want. You gotta have supervision because we don't want anybody getting hurt. Well, it's about 6:15, 6:20, and I'm on stage right, and I'm hanging with the stage manager and a couple other people there. And the only reason I'm there is I'm waiting for my food to be delivered to the stage door. You know, when the food shows up, the security guy call you on the walkie-talkie, and I'm just there waiting for my food. Well, I'm standing there, and around the corner comes Ronnie James Dio and his entourage. And he walks up to the stage manager, and he says, "I am here for my sound check." Well, she says to him, "Well, the band left and the crew's gone and our stagehands are all gone to dinner and we can't get these guys back there." And he is pissed. And he starts cussing her up and down from left and right, and he is all animated about it. And it just so happens that I am the only representative of the sound department standing there. So, you know, she's just walking back from him, and meanwhile, I'm just kind of like walking sideways, trying to walk away from this whole thing, sneak away from this. And she turns to me and goes, "Well, Pete, you're from the sound department. Can you get the guys back from lunch? From dinner?" And I'm looking at her, I'm like, I don't think so. And Ronnie James Dio comes up to me and goes, you're an asshole. And what the fuck did I do? Because he goes up and down. I really don't remember exactly what he said to me after that, but I as I'm kind of walking away from him, my walkie-talkie keys, and it's the security guy at the door. He goes, "Hey, Pete, your food's here." I said, "Hey, thanks, man." And I said, "All right." And I walked around the corner to the elevator, and I turned around, and Ronnie James Dio's walking after me. You know, and elevator door opens, I get in. He goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going to get my food." And he goes, "Well, what am I supposed to do?" I said, "Man, I have no idea. Do what you do." And he was so pissed, he kicked the door of the elevator. It was closing, you know. And I got my food, and I went another route back to the crew room to have my dinner. And later on, my boss came up to me and goes, "Hey, what'd you say to Ronnie James Dio?" Guess he was really pissed about it. You know, what do you want me to do? And then during the show, he had stopped during the show and actually complained about how the Radio City people were mean to him, and, you know, made a big to-do about it. Said he would never play there again. And funny, 2 years later, I'm working at Madison Square Garden, same show, Heaven and Hell Tour comes in. And even then, he stopped at that point during the show and made a big to-do about how Radio City was unfair to him. I'm assuming nobody told him that MSG and Radio City owned by the same company, but kind of funny. But you never know when you could be standing in the wrong place at the wrong time.